It is roughly 7:45 p.m. Just several hours left, and well, this is before New Year's. And what you're looking at is, of course, my makeshift, well, screen, if you want to call that. Yeah, I don't know. Um, Not the best room, but for those who've seen me before, you probably know, but not like this. So, anyway, the reason I have this up is because I like to bring your attention to my yearly thing, which I actually drew or whip up a day before New Year, which is this year 2021. I have to admit, time went by, and so much. Um, well, I don't know if it's so much has changed or so little, but I've been thinking about how much of a difference 2021 made over 2020. And compared to two, I would say this year is better, but I probably wouldn't call it as much better. But on my end, though, I would say it's pretty alright. The only thing I could say is that some things, um, what 2021 did for me in terms of a goals and approaches I'm working towards is, well, I wanted to have more free time. I know I get a little lazy with the. I'm actually holding on to a pad for now. Just if it's not that stable, you know why. And of course, there's my hand. So what you're looking at is my uh, year goal. When I think of New Year's resolutions, I like to think of it, long and hard, right? Go far, long, and hard, and something that I would like to work towards. Now, everything on this list you might notice is that at least this is what I wrote down. So, you might notice that the first one, create and finish a new video game. Well, I managed to get that finished this year, but the rest, though, yeah, still working on that actually. Especially with the holidays, it's not that great, but I have a good idea where to go from there, from my experience anyway. It's not to say that it's strictly needed to be done, but I like to think of it more like, a progression, if you will. I already have plans rolled out in terms of health because later during the sometime in early spring, I'll have my e-bike and I'll be able to just drive around using that instead. Well, maybe not all the time, but more more often, really, as a good substitute to getting around due to gas prices. And then you have others which you probably might notice earn more money from our commissions and make enough to work less, and if not, dedicate full time on game dev stream commissions, what have you, right? That was actually something I've been hoping to go for. And I would say, in terms of that, I did work a little less this year altogether. It's only just one day less, but that still made a difference for me. And I hope to pursue uh, for the more towards freelancing in general, right? Um, and then the last one is something that it's something to to it's like a wishful thinking, right? But if all goes well, maybe we'll have a nice house. A nice house that's a little bigger. So that's pretty much what it is. It's a list of what I want to do this year, and we're almost into 2022, and I think it's time for me to give this one an update because I can, and I kind of have a good idea where to go from there. Um, Actually, I kind of forgot some, but I'm not too far off from what I want to do. It's more of a progression towards what I want to, where I want to be at. So I just need to I'm gonna be doing a little bit of editing here in just a moment. So here it is. I decided to just do it on my bed because it's easier for me to just, do all that. So I want to do this from scratch, and we'll try to see if I could just wash it off with this stuff here. Holy crap. Oh, I guess it kind of left it a little damped. I probably may need to do a little bit more work because it doesn't... it's not as effective as I wanted to. I just need a moment, actually. So, just give me a moment. La 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 la. You can't tell, but I had to let it soak in a little longer. But I kind of find 2021 to be, it's better, but it could have been a lot better. Okay, it's done. Well, I gave it the best I could. There might be some details you could make out, but this should be clean enough that I could just put anything new onto it. So, yes. I'm gonna start jolting down probably 5 or 6 things. Most likely 6. Because I got things I really like to do for 2022. So I do have a goal in mind, but we'll see. And for the first one, finish another video game. Now, from my experience in 2021 in the past, if I could put out one video game at the very least per year, at least I'll be pretty fine. However, I like to try to put a little bit more, maybe another game in between. But given the scope of my time I have, I probably might not be able to put out a lot of video games. Hence is the reason why, the output I put out tends to be pretty slow, and given the schedule and randomness, I don't know. But I do have a good feeling that this could be a little different. I have a friend who is willing to help me out, and we do have an idea in hand, but as of now, it is undetermined. I was gonna work on the video game that says November, but I decided to hold it off until in 2022. Even then, I'm not gonna start working on it right away until I have the details. It's gonna be, there's no details as of now. Things could change, but hopefully my next project will be better than before, and I usually like to go with that. One thing I did learn is that, unlike my past projects, I want to keep it simpler this time and make it, make sure that I make a smaller game that feels, pretty alright. My experience with the Fania's Fruit Falling Frenzy is it's actually my favorite that I actually put out so far, and that was done out of the fact that I really wanted to put something out, and as a testament to my skill and understanding, and I'm quite proud of that. I want to repeat what I did with that. Who knows? Maybe I'll probably extend it into 2 months or something, but I don't know. It really depends if my friend is willing to cooperate well. But I know it'll probably be the first game that I'll have someone who will actually help me out. So that could really put it at ease. Anyway, I know that's a lot I would say, but I hope that I'll have at least a game to put out within 2022. Now, on to number 2, and it's basically the same thing as 2021. Yeah, just manage my overall body weight. I'm actually doing pretty okay, but nowhere as close to as what I was hoping to achieve But it's my own fault that that led to that. But not a big deal. I can try again. Number three. Number three will be an interesting one. Now, I've actually thought about having myself my own personal space where I can pretty much put out any content that I would like, unlike, say, Twitter, DeviantArt, maybe even Instagram to that extent, and have some sort of a site where I can create it as a way to promote myself a little bit more. Yes, a personal website. I thought about it for years. I've actually taken a course on web design before, but even if I did, I haven't really made much use of that yet. And even so, I know I wanted to have a web page that I can call it a home for myself. Since the landscape of in the world of World Wide Web changes a lot, and you know what, I've been thinking about it, and I think I really wanted to have a place where I can just feel at home. I was inspired to want to make a web page after the fact that I visit the much older websites that just makes me feel nostalgic for the better times when it just feels like it. Like the late 90s, 2000 something. It just feels all the more magical, right? And it just made me want to go back, but also have the place where I can just take control of it, right? If I can have a personal website made, I hope that it'll be put to good use, right? 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 Right. So who knows? But if I don't have it at some point in 2022, maybe 2023. But just don't hold your breath on that this will happen anytime soon, because this is going to play a bigger role with the next bit of list here, which will be number 4 and 5 respectively. I know what I need to work on more, and that's progress, but I have ways that I want to promote myself into doing it more. And with that, if I could just earn more revenue while I'm not at work, well, maybe with work, but I think I should have added that into number 6, which will make sense because that's what I wanted to pursue, right? The ultimate thing that I want to move on is to content creator. I'm so good with it. I feel that 2021 is a hint of potential for me. I just never really got far with it yet, but I think that's gonna change in time. And I know I want to focus on that because work less or go full independent. Either way, I want to pursue to become more of a freelance, so I can work more, doing what I love doing the most. And in that case, that's pretty much the whole point that I'm trying to work towards. So, 2022, I hope that I'll at least work another day less. I know I am gonna be trying to work harder to make that work, but you know that's something I need to work towards. You know what? Even though I already have 6 filled up, but I still have room for a little bit more. What else can I add here? Right, I think I know what it is. 4 items. I want to have better equipment, better PC, better stuff, all that around. And I want to return to, well, my hand is covering it, but I want to improve streaming content, which I hope to get back to early in 2022. Probably in quarter first, but late. Probably like close to the last day of that quarter, if not early April. It depends, but I got big plans for that. Better home? Maybe. I would love to make that happen. And most importantly, get versatile. Versatile. So, I'm an artist already. I'm a game developer. I do videos on occasion. Now, web designer. Probably gonna do comics. Actually, I have some in the making. One of them is for a commission, actually, but and all that stuff. So, this is a bigger list compared to what 2021 brought me over. So, let's just hope it works out. And with that, that's my New Year's resolution for 2022. And let's make it work.